however high the waves. I know you'll rescue me like you have always. Your loving kindness sees me, your constant grace surround me. I know you'll rescue me like you have always. However dry the season, however high the waves.
Hello everyone, my name is Mary. I'm a Bawa alumni and I am so excited to welcome you into our Worship Arts family. There is truly nothing like this community and I think you'll come to find that out pretty soon yourself. So if you haven't already, grab a snack, a nice little beverage, and get excited.
Lord, I sail the seas of stormy waves, courage stripped away from me, with no chance of seeing life again, drowning in disparity. And on the seas I fell and cried to you.
Hi everyone, my name is Desiree Aguilar and I'm so excited to welcome you to the Center for Worship Arts 2020 Fall Kickoff event. We're so glad you can make it. We're going to start in just a second, but before we do, feel free to take a moment and go get a drink or a snack and then make yourself comfy wherever you are. We cannot wait to see you guys on campus again soon. But until then, enjoy the event. We love you, God bless you, and loads up.
Again, your steadfast love for me.
Hello. Welcome to the GCU Worship Arts Recording Studio and the GCU Worship Arts program. If you're new, welcome. We're really excited to have you. Why don't you come on in, greet some people, grab something to drink, grab something to eat. Everything's going to start shortly. We're excited you're here.
Is with me for eternity.
Hey Worship Arts family, it's Amanda. I just want to wish you guys a happy and a healthy school year. Welcome to the incoming freshmen and welcome back to the upperclassmen.
And I could never run to a place you wouldn't find. Your love is so much greater than where I try to. You take care of all our needs. You're breathing into me so that we can see you're all we need. 'Cause you take care of all our needs. You're breathing into me so that we can see you're all we need.
Hey, this is Jason Henshaw. It's going to be a terrific year. Can't wait to see you all around.
And all of my days I'll be singing your praise and how you broke my chains. My life in you is pure. My future is secure. I'm ready for your glory, Lord, and what you have in store. And I could never run to a place you wouldn't find. Your love is so much greater than where we're treated high. 'Cause you take care of all our needs. You're breathing into me.
Hello everyone, my name's Mary. I'm a Bawa alumni and I am so excited to welcome you into our worship arts family. There is truly nothing like this community and I think you'll come to find that out pretty soon yourself. So if you haven't already, grab a snack, a nice little beverage, and get excited.
You are all we need. You are taking care of me. Taking care of me. You are all we need. You are taking care of me. 'Cause you're all we need. You are all we need. You are taking care of me. You are all we need. You are taking care of me. You are taking care of me. You are all we need. You are taking care of me. Taking care of me. You are all we need. You are taking care of me. 'Cause you are all we need. And you take care of all our needs. You're breathing into me so that we can see you're all we need. And you take care of all our needs. You're breathing into me so that we can see you're all we need.
Hey everyone, my name is Desiree Aguilar and I'm so excited to welcome you to the Center for Worship Arts 2020 Fall Kickoff event. We're so glad you can make it. We're going to start in just a second, but before we do, feel free to take a moment and go get a drink or a snack and then make yourself comfy wherever you are. We cannot wait to see you guys on campus again soon, but until then, enjoy the event. We love you, God bless you, and lopes up.
Land undivided, heaven and earth are one. The sky above a canvas you paint with new color. A choir to sing your praises, a song that sings of who you are. Where we began this life.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the GCU Worship Arts Recording Studio and the GCU Worship Arts program. If you're new, welcome. We're really excited to have you. Why don't you come on in, greet some people, grab something to drink, grab something to eat. Everything's going to start shortly. We're excited you're here.
In the garden of life. Formed in the dirt, your spirit then breathed new life. A reflection of your beauty, made perfect by your great design. When we began this life. When we began this life.
Hey Worship Arts family, it's Amanda. I just want to wish you guys a happy and a healthy school year. Welcome to the incoming freshmen and welcome back to the upperclassmen.
Hello. Welcome to the GCU Worship Arts Recording Studio and the GCU Worship Arts program. If you're new, welcome. We're really excited to have you. Why don't you come on in, greet some people, grab something to drink, grab something to eat. Everything's going to start shortly. We're excited you're here.
In the valley of unknown, you pull me in and remind me that it's not about what I can't see, because you're working it out. He said, ooh, don't worry, child, it's gonna be alright. He said, ooh, don't worry, child, it's gonna be alright. When the lights start to creep in and darkness tells me to be ashamed, you say forgiven is my name. Help me walk in the light.
Hey Worship Arts family, it's Amanda. I just want to wish you guys a happy and a healthy school year. Welcome to the incoming freshmen and welcome back to the upperclassmen.
Said, ooh, don't worry, child, it's gonna be alright. He said, ooh, don't worry, child, it's gonna be alright.
I'm so excited to welcome you to the Center for Worship Arts 2020 Fall Kickoff event. We're so glad you can make it. We're going to start in just a second, but before we do, feel free to take a moment and go get a drink or a snack, and then make yourself comfy wherever you are. We cannot wait to see you guys on campus again soon. But until then, enjoy the event. We love you, God bless you, and loads up.
You have not forsaken me. You're always on my side. God, you are my fortress. On your solid rock I stand. You have not forsaken me. You're always on my side. God, you are my fortress. On your solid rock I stand.
Hello everyone, my name is Mary. I'm a Bawa alumni and I am so excited to welcome you into our worship arts family. There is truly nothing like this community and I think you'll come to find that out pretty soon yourself. So if you haven't already, grab a snack, a nice little beverage, and get excited.
Don't worry, child, it's gonna be alright. He said, ooh, don't worry, child, it's gonna be alright. He said, ooh, don't worry, child, it's gonna be alright.
It's the Welcome Back Worship Arts Kickoff. Tonight's guests, Randall Downs and Madison and Harrison Russell with the Welcome Back House Band. Musical impressions by worship arts students and faculty. Tips for new students. And Logan Alexandra performing her hit single, Toxic Lover. And now, here's Joseph!
Hello and welcome to our worship arts. Welcome back. We are just so excited that you have joined us, that you're here. We're just ready to kick off the year. But wow, wasn't our band incredible? I just want to hop over to them and introduce him. On drums, we have Connor Brown. He's our drummer. Bass, we have Nathan Lake. On guitar, we have Corbin Figueroa. And on keys and MD, we have Caden Tonkinson. Man, they're just so good. They're incredible. We thank you guys so much. Man, we're just so excited to be here. And even though we're not in person together, at least joining each other online, today we just really wanted to kick off the year and get to know each other, get to know some students, some alumni, some faculty, and look into worship arts life. We'll also be hosting a Zoom after party immediately following the program. The link will be posted in the comments at the end of the stream. So we know it's taken a lot for some of you to get here. Freshmen, your graduation probably was not what you expected, and returners, a 5-month summer was probably something you dreamed of, but not quite like this. But, we've adapted, church is online, school is on, and now we make everything a drive-through. Well, while this COVID season has been difficult, there are some positives. Whenever you go to Dutch Bros, the broistas no longer stick their entire head into your car, so that's a positive. My family was actually able to cancel their Netflix subscription because, they'd watched it all. And, lastly, we have some of the GCU cats that roam around on campus. They'll beg for food, but now before begging, they'll lather up with some Purell. Wow. We are just so excited. We're so glad that you guys are here. We have some amazing guests here tonight. We have our worship arts coordinator, Randall Downs. We also have Canyon worship artists and siblings, Harrison and Madison Russell, and our musical guest, Logan Alexandra. Well, to kick things off, let's welcome our program director, Randall Downs. Come on, Randall. Yeah. Awesome. Hey, Randall. Well, Randall, we're so glad you're here. Randall is our worship arts coordinator. He's the one that he makes it all happen. He's a worship pastor in the Valley as well, and he's the singer and songwriter with the folk band Loser's Way Home. And lately, he's been teaching himself the banjo, so he's pretty cool. Randall, how are you doing today?
Doing good, man. So I wore some new shoes.
Ooh.
Don't know if you can see these. Actually, a friend of mine gave them to me about 6 years ago. There's some Jordans.
Oh, dang.
And so I wanted to impress our new students with some cool kicks.
Heck yeah.
But they're pretty much the most painful thing I've ever worn on my feet.
Dang. Well,
so,
hey, beauty
right.
is pain. Beauty is
6
pain,
years. I waited till this day.
It's all worth it. Well, Randall, just to kick things off, I just want to ask you, what brought you to GCU?
That's a great question. So I actually moved to Phoenix to help start a church up north. And so the church I'm a part of is called Cross Life Church. We're a church plant. We meet in elementary schools, so we're setting up, we're tearing down every Sunday. And so I came January 2016 and never would have imagined that I would be working at GCU. I was working on my PhD at the time, and long story short, God opened the door for me to come here. And so I've loved it. This is the beginning of my 3rd school year.
So cool. That's awesome, Randall. Well, I know with COVID and the new program, we have some new classes. Things look a little different this year. Can you just explain maybe what classes are going to look like for us?
Yeah. So you probably have already realized that you're not meeting in person the first 3 weeks. If you hadn't realized that by now, that's probably a problem. But so these first 3 weeks is online, right? And then starting week 4 is when we begin the blended learning fun. So half of you will be in class one day while the other half does something at home. And then the other day, the other half will be there while the other half of the class does something at home. So it's going to be fun. We have some new incoming freshmen that are part of our brand new revision. We're super excited about. So they're in the Worship Leader Lab, which is a brand new course. They got a lot of fun things to look forward to in that program as well.
That's so fun. Well, along with classes in our program, there's usually tons of opportunity for growth and just areas to learn new skills or further the skills that you've already been working on. Can you tell us kind of what some of those extra opportunities look like?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've had students ask me, hey, I really want to grow in my ability to engineer in the studio, so forth. And so I've followed Eric's advice and others, which has been, hey, get in the studio, be a part of projects, let John McJunkin or Eric or Bryce or whoever teach you the ropes. And so that's a good way to do it. But also, the studio manager, Eric Johnson, he and his staff put on amazing workshops all the time. So I think last year I went to the Pro Tools workshop. They've done Ableton. Joseph led that one, which was fantastic. So a lot of cool things on the horizon. And also for musicians, look for opportunities to plug and play, because there's plenty of those churches need musicians here. There's plenty of ensembles or groups on campus. So seek out opportunities to play and grow at your craft.
Yeah, that's so awesome. Along with some of these extra workshops and stuff, we also have our Songwriters Showcase. It's a highlight of the year, or that's a semester, every single semester. Can you tell us a little about that Songwriters Showcase?
Yeah, so those who don't know, every semester we do a Songwriters Showcase. Usually we do it at Canyon 49 Grill, but this semester we're still going to have it. It's going to be virtual, kind of like what we're doing right now. And it'll be a really cool opportunity. But students submit songs, and I mean, we have a good bit of submissions each semester. And then we have a panel of judges who pick the top 12 to 15 songs, which are then performed at the showcase. And ultimately, we pick from 2 semesters worth of showcase songs to go towards the album, which just came out. If you hadn't checked it out, Canyon Worship 2020 is what you were listening to before this started. So go ahead and be thinking about songs that you're writing, you're working on, because Showcase will come up pretty soon.
Yeah, totally. Speaking of Canyon Worship 2020, as you said, today is our national release.
National release.
What's just something that you're super stoked about for the release today?
Man, I'll tell you, it's already been pretty well received. I've heard some people in different parts of the country that have listened and have enjoyed it. And it's just a powerful record. They all are.
Yeah.
There's so much congruency, but there's also so much diversity within the album. And I think it's a lot of things there that everyone would enjoy.
That's awesome. Yeah, the record's so good. Along with this, there are tons of ministries on campus to be involved with, including our GCU worship team. How can students get involved with this?
Yeah, so with the worship team, I won't throw my buddy Jared under the bus like I was going to. But for those who've been here for 1 year, after the end of your first year, they have an audition period. And so you can take that time to audition. And they have 3 chapel bands.
Yeah.
I know you've been a part of it. And it's just a great opportunity. And they also look for, I know, tech workers to work with chapel and the gathering. And a lot of clubs. You know, if you're into yodeling or something like that, you can do it. So
that's awesome. Well, Randall, I was just wondering, is there anything else that you want to share with the students or that they should know?
Yeah, so if any, especially new students, I hope all of our current students know this, or students who have been here for a while. But I'm there for you if you have any questions, any needs. You can contact me via email at randall.downs@gcu.edu. Also, I want to say we're going to have an after party on Zoom, and so the link should be right here somewhere.
Right in the chat.
But come hang out, introduce yourself. It's going to be a fun time. But that's pretty much it, yeah.
Awesome. Well, Randall, we just thank you so much for being here. Would you mind just praying over all of us, our students, and just over this year?
Yeah, I'd be happy to. Let's pray. Lord, I thank you so much for who you are. I thank you for yet another semester. I know this was not a typical summer with everything that's been going on. And God, I do pray that you would move in the midst of not just our country, but of the whole world. And Lord, that you would use some of the scary things that we're going through sickness and different things, God, to bring about revival, to bring about awakening. But Lord, we're so grateful that we can come together, we can learn. And I thank you for all these men and women, Lord, who are called to serve in ministry. And Lord, that this would just be a fruitful semester, Lord, one where we grow to look more and more like you, and you equip us for ministry. So Lord, be exalted through all the things we do and say. In your name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Awesome. Well, thank you again, Randall, so much for being here. We really appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
Now we're going to join our studio manager, Eric Johnson, for a tour.
Hi everybody, my name is Eric and I manage the GC Recording Studio. Now the GC Recording Studio is a really cool facility that you as a worship arts student are going to be able to take full advantage of. I hope that you will take full advantage of the GC Recording Studio this year. It is for worship arts students. That means it is for you. It is your studio. And if you want to get to know others in the worship arts program, this is the place to do it. Let's go on in and take a look. So when you come into the studio, one of the first things you're going to want to do is perhaps book time in a rehearsal room. We have 3 rehearsal rooms, A, B, and C. Everyone kind of likes A because it's big and it's got really nice windows in it. Hey, also, we got one of these. Now, right now, it has hand sanitizer in it. It kind of works like this. But I've heard a rumor that one day when all of this pandemic stuff is done and we're past it, we may reload this like with Chick-fil-A sauce. So one of the places that you'll be spending a lot of time is in the Songwriters Lounge. Now, the Songwriters Lounge is a really cool place to be because this is where our students hang out, get to know each other, do homework, eat lunch. Oh look, there's a student here now. So the Songwriters Lounge is a cool place to hang out. Sometimes we'll rearrange the furniture. We'll set up an audio system in here. We will have open mic nights. Sometimes there'll be worship services that happen in here. Sometimes people just sort of break out into songs spontaneously. Sometimes it's like a living musical up here. I mean, it's one of the highlights of my day, really, really. This is rehearsal room A. So rehearsal room A is the big rehearsal room. There are 2 other rehearsal rooms, B and C, that we just walked past. But check this out. I don't know if you saw this yet. This is our Canyon Worship album. We make one every year, and this is the 2020 release coming soon. All right, so we're in rehearsal room A, and one of the things you notice when you get into one of the rehearsal rooms is that the walls are padded, and so there's this acoustically isolated environment. So these rooms are really for all of that stuff that you need to do with your homework assignments or your personal recording projects. By the way, I want to encourage you to start thinking about a songwriting project, just a personal songwriting project. But when you come in here, because of the pandemic and everything, we do have the Clorox wipes and we do have the hand sanitizer. So before you play with a keyboard, probably you want to be able to use a hand sanitizer and, you know, make sure everything's real clean. You might not be familiar with some of the recording equipment in the rehearsal room, and that's okay because we will train you. In fact, we're going to have many orientation classes that you can sign up for just to come in. It's not really a class, it's a workshop. It's fun. It's not work. There's no homework, okay? No, really, you're going to like it. You're going to like the rehearsal room because they are that cool. All right, let's go see the control room. All right, welcome to the control room. The control room is where the engineer work happens, but it's a really big place. In fact, if you kind of come in and take a look, we've got one of our student engineers sitting at the desk. We use Pro Tools, by the way, in the studio. Don't worry about that. If you want to learn Pro Tools, we will teach you. Not everything has to be Logic or Ableton. Okay, so all kidding aside, the studio proper is 1,500 square feet. This is where you're going to be coming in to do your recordings when you are ready to come in and do your recordings. So one of the things that we talk about is being ready to work. When you come into this facility, when you come into this side of the recording studio facility, you're going to be rehearsed, you're going to be practiced, you're going to have all your key changes kind of already settled, you're going to have tempo already settled. Anybody that you're working with, collaborating with on the project, you're going to have rehearsed with them so that they know their parts, so that by the time you come into the recording studio, this is the time to perform, okay? This is the time that you are ready to lay down onto the hard drive whatever it is you've prepared ahead of time. So when you come in here, be ready to work, and you will be rewarded for it, I guarantee it. We're going to go into Studio B. Studio B is a smaller studio than Studio A, but it is a cool place to be because we can do a lot of learning here, and we can do a lot of cool experiments in here, okay? So in Studio B, one of the things that we do is smaller sessions. This is a 2-track recording studio. I do a lot of training in here on Pro Tools. If you want to learn how to do the engineering of a recording session, I'm probably gonna help you in this room learn how to use Pro Tools. You can record small sessions in here, which means if you are of the engineering persuasion, that is, if you want to learn the art of recording, this is the place to do it. One of the things I want to tell you about, because I think it's rather important, is this idea that when you come into the Worship Arts program, you're going to be surrounded by a group of like-minded friends and colleagues who are starting out their journey in worship arts as well. This is where your network starts, okay? Think about that in terms of the career direction that you're going. When you get to know other people that are doing what you're doing and you make friends with them, these are going to be your friends not just for the next 4 years, but chances are they'll be your friends for the rest of your career. All right, so that wraps up our tour of the studio. I hope you enjoyed it. I want to see you up here really soon. welcome to the first year of Worship Arts. Welcome to your new Worship Arts family. Welcome to the studio. And as you continue to watch this and enjoy it, we're going to play a game right now, I understand. So enjoy the game, and I hope you have a great year.
All right, well, welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed your tour. Now we're about to play a game, but first I want to introduce you to some of our amazing guests. First, we have Randall Downs. We've already met him before. We also have adjunct faculty and professor Moises Felipe. We're also joined by Amanda Reif, a Canyon worship artist and student here in the worship program, Nicole Rahm, one of our GCU worship team leaders and student in the program, and lastly, we have Travis Hathaway, a senior in the program, as well as a Canyon worship artist. Well, thank you guys again so much for being here. I just want to explain our game tonight. So our contestants are going to be singing some well-known worship songs, but maybe not as they're used to singing them in church. We're going to give them a well-known pop artist to impersonate as they're singing their worship song. Are you guys ready? All right. Well, we're going to start with Randall Downs. We're going to be doing a Hillsong Young and Free song, Let Go, but in the style of Mumford & Sons. All right, Randall, take it away.
Thank you, sir. So I let go and I let love show me life like it's supposed to be. An oasis here awaits us, all the freedom I'll ever need. Now I'm alive, ooh la la, ooh la la. When I let go, then I find life, ooh la la, ooh la la. When I let go, then I find life.
Oh, man, Randall, that was incredible. Thank you so much. Wow, so good. All right, next up, we're going to have Nicole Rahm. All right, Nicole, are you familiar with the song Waymaker? Have you led that song before? All right, well, we're going to do it in the style of Billie Eilish. All right, here you go, Nicole.
Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. Duh.
Nicole, thank you so much. Well, I bet that's like the Waymaker you've never heard before. All right. Well, Amanda Reif is going to go next. Amanda, I know you can do some pretty crazy runs. All right. Well, I'm going to give you Ariana Grande, but we're singing "Oh Come to the Altar."
Oh, come to the altar. The Father's arms are open wide. Forgiveness was bought with the precious blood of Jesus Christ. Oh, come to the altar. The Father's arms are open wide. Forgiveness was bought with the precious blood of Jesus Christ.
Thank you so much, Amanda. That was so good. All right. Next up, we're going to have Moises Felipe, one of our professors. You might have just had him in a class. All right, Moises, you're a worship pastor in the Valley, right?
Yes.
What church are you at?
I'm at CFTN.
So fun. And you guys had a worship night. It looked incredible last night.
Yeah, we had a great time last night, yes.
Super cool. All right. Well, Moises Felipe is going to be singing Echo by Elevation, but we're doing it in the style of John Legend.
Your love is holding on, and it won't let go. I feel it breaking out, oh, in my soul, in my soul.
Thank you so much, Moises. That was so good. All right, last but not least, we have Travis Hathaway. Travis, we thought you'd give you an oldie. We're going to give you Frank Sinatra. We're doing This Is Amazing Grace. You ready? This is amazing grace. This is unfailing love. That you would take my place. That you would bear my cross. You laid down your life so I would be set free. Oh, Jesus, I sing for all that you've done for me. Thank you so much, Travis. Wow, that was incredible. Well, now that we've gotten to know some of our faculty or professors, some students, we're going to just learn about what life in the Worship Arts program looks like. So here we go. Hello and welcome to Flaming Lopes. Is that what it is? Hello and welcome to Flaming Lopes, where the only thing that burns hotter than the hot sauce is the Holy Spirit. I'm joined here today with Sarah Henley. Sarah's an employee at the recording studio as well as a senior in the Worship Arts program. How are you doing, Sarah?
I'm pretty good.
Super cool. Well, today we're just here. We're going to share with you just some tips and what life on campus looks like in the worship program. But to make things a little interesting, in between each little section, we're going to eat some Chick-fil-A nugs. Each time we have a hot or hot sauce. So our first one is 1,500 on the Scoville chart. Then we go all the way up to number 5, where it's 2 million. All right, you ready to get started?
Yes.
Okay. All right, not bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a mild buffalo. So Sarah, tell me about just some food tips on campus.
Food on campus is really great. We have a lot of good options, but it's good to stay within your budget. I'm sure you've experienced that in your time here. So using the GCU app is a great way to keep track of your budget, as well as look at the food cameras to see how busy a place is. Whether you're going in between classes or right after chapel, Chick-fil-A is usually pretty quick, but I would stay away from that after events or after chapel, because those are just like so busy. Any other tips you're thinking about?
One quick tip, Harvest Kitchen, which was our kind of like our buffet on campus. They do punch cards, so each meal you get a little stamp, and your 11th one is free. But breakfast is cheaper than dinner, so if you fill up your stamp card on breakfast, you save a little more if you go for dinner for your free one.
Nice.
All right, should we do another?
Round 2.
Not too bad.
Feeling the heat a little bit.
A little bit of burn.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Cool. Well, let's just talk about some prominent ministries and churches in Phoenix. Here at GCU, we have a handful of churches with a lot of students represented, some of them being Living Streams, Gateway Phoenix, Hillsong Phoenix, and Redemption. These are just some churches that have lots of GCU presence at them, so you might run into some friends when you're there. We also have our chapel services at GCU. They'll be happening in a few different locations, looking a little different this year. All right, should we go to another one?
Round 3.
Round 3.
All right, a little more.
I think I feel that one.
Get a little bit of tingle on the tongue. Yeah, okay. So Sarah, you want to tell me just a little bit about just kind of life on campus and what that looks like?
Yeah. Going into your freshman year, there's a lot of things that I learned that helped me adapt to campus life. Spicy. Transportation on campus. Most students, they ride skateboards or scooters around campus. We also, as Joseph knows, we have a golf carts. You can wave one down, and they can give you a ride to class, to your dorm, to events, that sort of thing. We also have a shuttle which takes you to and from the 27th Ave campus. So if you're hitting up Kin 49, that's great. Or some people get jobs on the other campus, and that's a great way to get over there. Ice is pretty scarce on campus, especially in the summer heat. It's pretty hard to find. So if you find it, fill up a water bottle or 2 or 3, as many as you have. And then the best quirk about GCU is the panda smell. You'll walk by Panda, especially in the summer, and you just get a nice whiff of, well,
Who knows what?
who knows what. But thinking about the panda smell makes me want more nuggets.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah. I feel a little teary-eyed.
Well, as I deal with that, let's just talk a little bit about just kind of what the worship program looks like, what the studio looks like.
Yeah.
Wow, I feel like I just ate the sun.
I agree.
Yeah. So the studio is a super cool space. It's just a place just for the program, people in the program to hang out. I'd really encourage you guys to, oh my gosh. And then just the recording studio. One of my biggest tips I'd have for any freshman is record your freshman year. You'll get so much more busier than you think you will. And really your freshman year is your least busy, believe it or not, as you go through it. So just try to get in the studio, record something, write some music, maybe covers, maybe hymns, just whatever you have ready, and just record something. We have a studio email that you can email for a pre-production form, and then we'll connect you with a studio engineer. And then, yeah, just go from there.
Man, the jump from 3 to 4, though.
Yeah. All right. Let's do it. All right.
So what are we talking about this time?
Let's just talk about life in Phoenix off campus. What are some cool things that are around town?
Yeah. Phoenix is a great place to explore. I would suggest not going out alone. We do live in a city. New York Pizza is just down the street, and we get a student discount, so totally great to hit that up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about any like malls or entertainment places, stuff like that? Is there anything super cool around here?
So we're pretty equidistant from both the Westgate Mall in Glendale and the Scottsdale Mall. So those are both great places to check out, lots of things to do as well as shops. Another great thing about Phoenix is we have a lot of places to road trip to. So if you grab a couple friends or you're bringing a car on campus, we're not too far from Sedona, Flagstaff, and the Grand Canyon. So it's the perfect opportunity to have your mouth burn off.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Sarah, for joining us. Thank you guys for joining us. That's it for our new student tips. Back to you, Joseph.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that segment. Next up, we have some very, very special guests here. We have Harrison and Madison Russell. Why don't you come on, guys? Wow. Well, Harrison and Madison, we're so excited that you guys are here. Madison is a current sophomore in the program. She's one of the worship leaders of the GCU worship team, just released her debut solo album, and is featured on this year's Canyon Worship album. And then Harrison is a Worship Arts alumni. He graduated in 2019. He's been featured on numerous Canyon Worship records. He was a worship leader for one of our GCU worship teams, and now he is the worship pastor at Dream City Glendale. How are you guys doing?
Good. Doing well.
Awesome. Well, we're just so excited that you guys are here. I just wanted to ask, Madison, what's just something that you love about GCU?
Something that I love about GCU is definitely the community. There are just such awesome people that go to school here. I remember like the first week going into my freshman year, I already had met such awesome people that now are like really important parts of my life. So
that's so amazing. And Harrison, it's been a little while since you've been here, but looking back on your time at GCU, what's one of your just favorite memories?
Yeah, I think all of my favorite memories probably have to do with what she said, just the community and the environment that the program kind of fosters. And I think specifically with worship, like when we come together, whether it's in a class or on a worship team or whatever it may be, we're doing something that's so personal and so sacred and so special that creates bonds and friendships that I don't really think you can find anywhere else. And so I don't know if I could point to one specific memory, but just the times that we all got to spend in worship and growing closer to one another, but also closer to the Lord together.
Yeah.
I think is probably just my favorite part of the 4 years that I was here.
Yeah, that's so incredible. So Harrison, you're at Dream City Glendale now. You're the worship pastor, but I know you kind of wear a lot of different hats. What all do you do at Dream City right now?
Yeah, so I oversee all of the worship that takes place on our campus at the Glendale location. So whether that's our main weekend services or youth, young adults, we even have a K-12 school that's partnered with us. It's Dream City Christian School, and I kind of oversee all the worship that takes place there for the chapels and everything. So just kind of anything, like I said, worship related that takes place on the campus. And then, of course, we get to work really closely with the other campuses. We have 3 here in the Valley, and just kind of get to work close together to help people encounter Jesus and grow in Him.
Yeah, that's so awesome. So after going kind of from full-time student and being here in the program, then kind of transitioning into full-time worship pastor, how did that transition go for you? What did it look like?
Yeah, if I'm being totally honest, it was probably a whole lot easier than what you might imagine.
Wow.
Just because my senior year and then half of my junior year, I was already full-time at Dream City. And so it was kind of this like juggling act of school and work. And also I was engaged at the time.
Yeah.
I know you know a lot about that right now.
Yeah.
But so just, trying to manage everything was definitely a struggle. So I actually felt like I was able to breathe for a minute just with everything.
Definitely.
But what it did though was it helped me, instead of just like moving from weekend to weekend or from thing to thing, I really got to just dream about what God had for our ministry and for our team and for our church as a whole. And so I think just in that transition, getting to do like such cool projects that I had dreamed of for a long time and never like gotten to do, and just kind of be able to move the ministry forward instead of just like make worship happen every week,
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Well, Madison, I know you were looking at a handful of different colleges, but you chose GCU. Can you just kind of walk us through what led you to GCU?
Yeah, I knew starting when I was looking at colleges that I definitely wanted to be a part of a worship program. And so, I checked out a few schools and they all had similar programs to worship arts. But when I came here, I just noticed that, it felt a lot more like home here. And I remember I came to visit and I went to the gathering for the first time with my mom. And it was just really special, and I was just so inspired by the community of worshipers and how passionate everyone in the crowd was to worship Jesus. And that is something that I didn't really experience at the other schools. It wasn't as authentic, so I was really impressed with this school.
Wow, well, that's so awesome. Harrison and Madison are both incredible songwriters. They're always writing music. also incredible vocalists and musicians. They're both actually been featured on Madison on this year's Canyon Worship record and Harrison on numerous records. I was wondering if you guys could each just tell us about what your experiences was like with this Canyon Worship project.
Yeah, it was a really fun and cool opportunity. Going into it, like, I didn't know exactly what I wanted the song to sound like. I didn't really know what direction I wanted to take with it, but the producer, Jeff Hunker, he was so helpful in just leading and helping me figure out exactly what I wanted the song to sound like, and yeah, it was a really, really cool experience.
That's so cool. How about you, Harrison?
Yeah, same thing, just like getting to kind of lean from the producers, and I got to work with Jeff a lot, and then also Billy Smiley for one song, and so just to kind of get their creative input and figure out how that works alongside like the vision that I had for the song, and kind of how to craft it and develop it and make it better, make it stronger, and then just getting to be a part of like the community, like we said earlier, of just like everybody who's a part of it, to get to just kind of be proud of like the project that we had worked on. That I know for a lot of people, a lot of songs, these were songs born and written out of very personal and serious places, and so to see just everyone work together collaboratively to make something that everybody could be proud of was just really cool. And I think it's like looking back on my college experience, that's like I can't believe that I got to be a part of something like that, you know. And it's almost like when you're in it, you don't quite realize like the magnitude of how cool and how special it really is to be a part of that. But it was cool. It was awesome.
That's so cool. Well, we just want to say thank you guys so much for being here. We really appreciate you guys. Well, up next, we have a very special guest. We have our very own worship arts student, Logan Myers. She's a senior in the program. She's on some of our Canyon Worship records. She's actually created some of the lyric videos for our Canyon Worship record this year, but her pop stage name is Logan Alexandra. Today she'll be the official live debut of her song Toxic Lover. Logan has over 200,000 listens on Spotify, and she'll be joined by her band, which is almost entirely made up of worship arts alumni. All right, well, Logan, take it away.
Stolen kiss in your car, messages of town. No, getting out of town.
Hi, my name is Alex Hernandez. I teach worship workshop, I teach class keyboard, and I teach private voice. And I'm just really excited. I'm really excited to have you guys come here and see you on campus. Can't wait. Fun fact about me, I lead worship at my church. I lead worship for our men's group called Momentum, and I really love it, and I really enjoy my church. So we'll see you guys when you get here.
Hi, my name is John McJunkin, and I am the studio coordinator and producer and engineer and chief cook and bottle washer in the recording studio here at GCU. I also sometimes serve as an adjunct faculty member for worship internships. My family and I attend Antioch Church in Chandler. My favorite band currently, probably 21 Pilots. Fun fact about me, I was a gang vocalist on a top 10 hit single by the country band Alabama, a song called The Cheap Seats. It was a lot of fun. There you have it.
Well, hello everyone. My name is Matt Turgiano, and I am one of the adjunct professors. I am also the worship and creative arts pastor at Vineyard Church North Phoenix. I am teaching this semester sound reinforcement, media design for worship. I'm teaching WSA 116, which is the Worship Leader Lab. Super excited about that. I am teaching music direction for contemporary worship. And so I will see a lot of you. Quirky little known fact, I don't know. You'll come to find out a lot about me if you're in one of my classes, but I am extremely passionate about golf. I watch it, I play it. I will watch reruns from 20 years ago of golf tournaments. Hope to see you guys soon. Looking forward to the start of the semester.
Hi, my name is Moises Felipe, and I am going to be facilitating 2 classes this semester. The first one is Worship Capstone, and the second one is the second installment of Worship Summit. Fun fact about me, my wife is about to deliver, so I'm about to meet my son in about 24 hours. Pretty soon I'll show you guys a picture if I see you in my class. And another thing, I am a worship pastor at CFTN, and I love my team and I love my church. I am so looking forward to meet you guys. Welcome, can't wait to see you.
Hello everybody, my name is Mark Huggins and I work for the College of Fine Arts and Production. I work very closely with Randall to help coordinate the worship arts program from the music side. I teach primarily songwriting and arranging and music theory courses, but I've taught a whole bunch of other courses. Just ask me sometime. My favorite artist/band right now is probably Zach Williams. It's a wonderful fusion of kind of a southern rock and country, decidedly Christian. If you have not heard him, look him up, Zach Williams. I look forward to seeing you guys in class. Bye.
Well, everyone, thank you so much for joining us. This has been such a fun evening. We just can't wait until you're back on campus. We're so excited for this year to begin. Be sure to stop by the studio and say hello whenever you move on. And for student leaders, the studio is open right now, so be sure to come and tell us hi. Also, just a reminder, Canyon Worship 2020 is out right now. Today was the national release, so be sure to check it out. There's some amazing songs, all written by students, recorded here in the GCU recording studio. So we just want to say thank you guys so much. Lastly, we want to say we'll be having a Zoom after party just to hang out, get to know each other, especially for all of our incoming new students this year. We'd love to just hang out and chat, but click the link in the comments and sign in with your GCU email so that we can verify you. But we hope you all have a great week, and we'll see you soon.